What's the point of going hands-on? Why do you want her out of the vehicle? As you see, she has children in the back. She's in her vehicle. Leave her in the vehicle. Go write your parking ticket and carry on. What it is that this officer wants to present Mrs. Faulkner with an attitude ticket. This was totally unnecessary. This was excessive force. This incident occurred in Senatobia, Mississippi. You've never heard of it before, but it's just across the state line south of Memphis. And this incident occurred on Mother's Day where Mrs. Faulkner, she was parked in a handicapped parking space. Ultimately, with this alleged so-called parking violation ended up with Mrs. Faulkner being arrested on Mother's Day and having her vehicle towed, and also being charged with disorderly conduct, resisting arrest, as well as the handicap violation. The officer should have never made contact with Ms. Faulkner. Check it out. So this video starts, of course, there's no sound. The officer activated the body-worn camera afterwards. I think the officer is making contact with Mrs. Faulkner thinking that, oh, it's just a plain tag, no handicap placard.
I was just checking the placard. I'm seeing whose name it was in and if you were the owner of the placard.
My grandmother, she went in the store.
She went in the store?
Yes, ma'am. I had dropped off. She went in the store, but I can move. I can move. I just move.
Yep. Okay. I need you to see your ID, please. I need your ID, please.
What do I do?
So this right here is going too far. You see now that she has a handicap placard. The officer could have ended contact right there and said, oh, ma'am, I see you do have a placard. Have a good day. Happy Mother's Day, and leave. The contact should have been ended right there. But here she go taking it where it doesn't need to go. I need your ID and to match the name to the placard. Okay, who cares? Who really cares? This is Mother's Day. Are you salty that you had to work on Mother's Day and no one's giving you gifts? It's really shitty. This is a really shitty reason to fuck with somebody.
You have, and I'm requesting your ID, and if I don't get it, I will arrest you. It's just simple. And then your children are not properly in their buckled in their seat.
Unbuckle them. You just sit up here finding a reason to fuck with me.
If this was a traffic stop where she just stopped her on the highway and observed the child seat violation, then you're good to go. But you're right here in a parking lot. Okay, that's not something that you can enforce until you see her ride out onto the highway. She really didn't even need to see her ID. If this is a parking violation, hang tight. I'm going to write you a parking ticket, and I'm going to either put it on your windshield if you don't want to accept it from me in your hand. She didn't even need to do all this. Just write a parking ticket. But she already offered, like, hey, if it's such a big deal that you don't like my placard that's hanging off my rearview mirror and I'm in a handicap parking spot with family in the store, I'll just move. This is bullshit. Like, she going harder than, parking wars. This is terrible.
You're escalating this. You're doing this.
Come on, man. Come on. Do what you gotta do.
Step out here, please. Step out of here.
You can get somebody else here.
Get out of the vehicle now before I make you get out of here. Do you want to do this in front of your children or not?
She's not refusing to identify. Officers always, it's like the ID crack. It's like, okay, you could have just ran the plate and got all of her information right there. Even if you didn't want her license, you could have just ran the registered owner off the plate and got all the information right there. So as you see now, Mrs. Faulkner is presenting her driver's license and the officer is refusing to accept it. It's right here.
Get out of the vehicle now or I will make you get out.
So what's the point of going hands-on? Why do you want her out of the vehicle? As you see, she has children in the back. She's in her vehicle. Leave her in the vehicle. Go write your parking ticket and carry on. What it is that this officer wants to present Mrs. Faulkner with an attitude ticket. This was totally unnecessary. This was excessive force right here. And so because the officer went hands-on, with Mrs. Faulkner, she had no other choice but to carry this out fully. She introduces a taser into the situation. The only thing left her to do is now she has to go a step further and put her into handcuffs since she touched her and then also charge her with resisting arrest. So a handicap violation is not a arrestable offense. So the attitude ticket comes in when she's charged with disorderly conduct. You can cuss at the police. The Supreme Court said so. It's your First Amendment right. You can cuss at the police, and then asking her questions, you know what I'm saying? It's like she doesn't really have to say anything to you. Here, take the ID, give you my ticket, and go on about your business. Seems like this officer just wanted, like she said, she just wanted to fuck with her and to do this in front of her children. So now etched in her children's mind is the police going hands-on with their mother, taking her out of the vehicle, them not seeing their mother for however long before she was bonded out. It's absolutely wrong. This should have never happened. You can definitely see how the supervision and the officers complement each other perfectly. Because had this been supervisor worth his paycheck, worth the gold that he's wearing, then he would have seen that this was clearly a violation of Mrs. Faulkner's constitutional rights. What started off as what appeared to be consensual contact with the officer on some knocking on the window, hey, how you doing? And no lights. This was not a traffic stop. This was clearly a violation. What should have happened once that supervisor arrived on scene would have been Mrs. Faulkner would have been released with an apology, and the officer would be held accountable. This would have resulted in disciplinary points, whatever, but I hope this results in a lawsuit on this department. For the sake of time, I'm going to jump towards the end of this video. So at this point in time, a supervisor has come to assist this officer Perret. So Mrs. Faulkner is in the back of his vehicle. Prior to this exchange right here, this is where Fox 13's body cam video cut off. But like I said, shout out to Police Activity uploading this 11-minute video that shows this right here.
Pink hat. Her name is on the sticker. She's right there. I haven't done shit wrong.
Okay. I'm gonna go talk to her.
My grandmama is right there. Right. And she kept finding a reason to fuck with me, and she pulled me out my car in front of my children.
Okay. What I want you to do, go ahead and sit on in the car. I'm gonna go talk to her and see what's going on, okay?
My grandma, I told her multiple times, my grandmama is right there. My grandma right here. Why would I laugh at my grandmama not being there?
How are you? I'm sorry.
Hey.
This was nothing but an attitude ticket. I'm pretty sure the officer is going to come there with surveillance video from Walmart trying to pin your car and showing if anybody exited, went into the storefront from your car. This really sucks. I really hate seeing how officers want to go hands-on for no reason, take people out of their car. When I was in patrol, it's like, look, please stay in your car, okay? You stay in your car, I'm going to get into my car. But there's no reason to step out of your car, take you out of your car, go hands-on. You know, they talk about the job being so stressful, whatever, and so unsafe and dangerous. Stop making it dangerous on yourself by taking people out of their car, making contact when you don't need to. So the officer is all in the wrong in this situation. Should have never happened. See you on the next video.